And we do have a call. We did tell we was going to talk to the man himself, and we've got him here on the line, Mr. Don Yates.
How are you?
We are doing great.
Awesome.
Hi there.
There in Texas.
Well, it's chilly. I got Sherry Smith, the Smith Pro in here, and we got the California Kid in here in studio as well.
How you doing?
Very cool. How y'all doing?
Doing all right. Doing all right. How about yourself?
Doing good. Doing good.
Well, it's good to talk to you again.
Yeah, nice to talk to you. Everybody have a good Christmas?
I had a great one. It was great. I had my 2 oldest kids home. I have 6, and it was wild. All 8 of us in the camper again, and it was intense.
Very cool.
Yeah. How about you?
I had a wonderful Christmas. Went to Arizona and spent it with family.
And you live in California, right?
Yep, living in California.
Mm-hmm. Well, good. Well, I know you have a lot going on. I've been really excited to get to know you, and the more I research you, the more I'm amazed. My son said to me earlier, what doesn't he do? And so I guess that's my first question is, what haven't you done? Good night. Is there anything you want to try that you've never done?
There is anything that I haven't at least tried once.
Well, I watched you in a dance-off in Hawaii against someone in basketball, and you won. I mean, you were breakdancing. You are awesome.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, that was at a USO tour that we did. I've been very fortunate to get to go overseas 6 times to support our troops, and of course that was the most plush that we had. We went over to Hawaii and hit all the bases around Hawaii and got to play basketball against the troops. It was myself and a bunch of other actors and singers and different people that are in the entertainment business, and just kind of spread some cheer through our military families. And I've been fortunate to go there. We went to Germany one trip. We went to Korea. I've been all through Italy, and then I've been to Kuwait, Abu Dhabi, Oman, Qatar, Kyrgyzstan, quite a few places. So it's been a lot of fun to go over there and support our troops.
Well, thank you very much for doing that. I really appreciate it. I know that they deserve all the support.
We were very fortunate here in this country to have the freedoms that we do, and for me to be able to live out all the dreams that I do. I mean, I've been a professional rodeo clown bullfighter for 29 years. I wrestled with the WWE for a short stint. I was Wolf on American Gladiators, and I get to do all of that because I'm free to do that. I have my own choices, and that's because of our military, fighting for those freedoms.
Well said. Very well said. That's right. I agree. I think anything we can do for our troops is wonderful, especially supporting them when they're overseas and fighting the enemy and abroad and even within our own borders.
Oh, yeah.
Now, going back, we did watch a lot of American Gladiators back when it was on, and that was a great show back, when it was on. And one of the things we was kind of wondering is what, with all the different things you do, what was it that got you into bullfighting?
Well, I was in high school and some buddies of mine were riding bulls, and they knew that I had trained horses and that that I was good with, livestock, and so they, asked me if I wanted to go out and start riding bulls with them, and I didn't really, I'd never really looked at bull riding as a sport that I wanted to do, but I had always watched the rodeo clowns and bullfighters, and thought that was something I'd like to do, because I grew up as an entertainer and an athlete. I played every sport there was. I was on all the all-star teams. I was singing in nightclubs by the time I was 7, with my grandfather owned nightclub, so I was doing that. And this was a way that I could actually do both. I could go out, entertain crowds, have fun, and also, athlete. And it was just something that kind of piqued my interest. I went out with those guys to a practice pen in Estrella Park arena outside of Phoenix. And, my athletic ability kept me from getting hit and run over by bulls, but I wasn't good at the job of it. And so that was something that, everything else I was really good at just automatically. And this was something that I really had to focus on and learn how to do the job. It's not just running around and not getting hit by bulls. It's actually going in and taking the bull away from the rider, even if it means getting hit. So, it took me a while to get really good at it. I mean, at first, I don't think a lot of guys were happy when they saw me show up. But over the years, I really studied. I I would sit in the back pens. I would actually lay down in the back pens, kind of up against this one bull, Snickers, and I would watch how all the other bulls moved each other, and kind of watch their pecking order, and I just really learned how to read bulls and how they move, and I got to be good at what I do.
Now, when you were working a lot of the big shows, PRCA shows, stuff like that, who was one of the guys that you really liked working with?
I had watched Rick Chapman when I was younger. At Phoenix JC's rodeo, Rick and Leon and Tom Feller, they would always come in and do the rodeo, and so those were the three guys that I kind of really looked up to. And Wick Path, of course, and Steve Maurer. I mean, everybody came through Phoenix, with the bullfights and everything. And so when I started getting to work with Rick, that was kind of a dream come true, and he became a pretty good mentor of mine and my best friend for life. And just recently we lost Rick, and it was extremely hard on me, but that's life's a full circle. And so but yeah, working with Rick was just awesome. I learned a lot from him. Jeff Copza was another one that really taught me how to fight bulls well. He's a guy that a lot of people don't really know about. He went to the finals twice in the Wrangler bullfights, but he should have been at the national finals protecting cowboys, because he was one of the best cowboy protectors there was. And then another guy that I really like to work with a lot was, he's my brother. We've traveled and lived together for about 20 some years. I just saw him over Christmas as well, and that's Matt Lucking. That guy has worked every circuit finals in the country. I think he's worked 19 total. He's worked the Dodge National Circuit Finals. He's worked the high school finals, the junior high finals, the collegiate finals. He's worked everything but the national finals, and honestly, he's a better cowboy protector than anybody going.
And that's a great list of guys. Rick Chapman was my neighbor growing up as a kid out in La Vista. So he's the one that got me started in fighting bulls and kind of helped me get along and pretty much taught me most stuff that I knew. So that's a great guy to learn from out there.
He was such a good, just great guy. But then when it comes to bullfighting credentials, he's the only Triple Crown winner that ever won Clown of the Year, won the world, and worked the finals all at the same year. And that year was the year that he lost his toes too in a skiing accident.
Yeah.
So he was beating everybody with half a foot.
Oh yeah.
So he was incredible.
Yeah, I remember that he come to the house one day on crutches, and we said, "Well, what happened to you? Bull hook you or something?" No, skiing accident. What?
Well, that's Rick. Getting lost. We always would go on the road. Him and Eddie Hatfield and Tim Tatum and I, we'd traveled a lot together, and we would always go do something in every town we went to, and we always called them Rick's Outdoor Adventures. And you were pretty much sure to get lost at some point. So. We lost him this year. Yeah.
What about American Gladiators? What was that like? I know watching it was pretty entertaining.
It was a blast. Other than fighting bulls, it's the best job I've ever had. It's, I woke up in the morning, had breakfast. This is probably a PG-13 deal, so
it'll be all right.
I kind of blew that. We've blown that already.
Actually, how I got the job was I was in that Las Vegas, Nevada, spray tanning all the competitors for the Mr. and Miss Olympia bodybuilding show, and the casting director saw me and said they wanted to have me come and be on the American Gladiators. So I got the job. So I would actually start my day spray tanning a couple of the Gladiator girls while I ate breakfast.
Hold
we
on
would go
a second.
to work.
There was a Dallas girl. There was a Dallas girl on there by the name of Crush. I don't know if she ever got spray tan, but
I didn't spray tan Crush. She's a very, very shy girl, but she's a really, really cool girl, and Gina is such a sweetheart. And, her and I would hang out quite a bit together afterwards and have a beer and a Jack Daniels and pizza, and she was such a cool girl to be around. And you talk about double tough. that girl is double tough. And that's, we got to go to a playground every day and beat up on people all day long, and then go back to the apartments and sit in the hot tub, and we would all cook together, and so it's kind of like a family. We kind of barbecued every night at some point, and would sit around the hot tub and just joke about all the competitors that we just beat up.
All the people smashed up.
Sounds like a good time.
It all looked fun. The only event that I know would have been really tough for me would have been the rings.
Yeah, those it's the rings. There's a trick to them, and it's not really a trick. Everybody tries to muscle up on the rings. They try to hold themselves up, and you really have to kind of almost let your shoulders fall out of socket and just use the momentum of the swing. It's like you watch monkeys, and that's they're at the very end of their arm swinging. They're not trying to hold themselves up by pulling.
I can see that.
I don't know if I want to try that now. Too old to try that now. I will pull something out of socket.
Never too old.
That's right.
Now we know you're still doing some clowning. You were down here at Mesquite, I guess, not too long ago, weren't you?
Yeah. I was in Mesquite once in June, and then the last week of July and all of August. I did 7 shows, 14 performances there, and then I did a couple PRS deals, the Professional Rough Stock Series. I did a couple PRCA shows in Arizona and California, and this year looks like I might be going up to Alaska to do a couple shows, and then hopefully back down to Mesquite. And I love what I do, and that's something that I never ever really planned on retiring from rodeo. I figured I would probably do it forever. And people always ask me, they say, "Well, how long can you go?" And I'm like, "Well, Liesl Harris is like 76, and he's still going, so I imagine I can go till I'm at least 76."
There you go.
Sure, yeah.
There you go. And you're still singing. Got some songs out there.
Yep. I've got my band going. I do this next couple months. I've got a bunch of acoustic gigs and then a few full band shows. And then I'm also doing we're doing a charity cruise in September. Actually leaving, I believe, on Labor Day and heading out to the Bahamas for a 4-day cruise, and all the proceeds are going to go to Jared Allen's Homes for Wounded Warriors. I became friends with Jared Allen a few years ago. He was playing for the Minnesota Vikings, but we were at the Academy of Country Music Awards and just met and became friends. And he had gone overseas and done a USO tour as well. And when he got back, he wanted to do something to help the troops and the guys that had been injured. And so he started a foundation called Jared Allen's Homes for Wounded Warriors, where they go in and they basically rebuild a house for the soldiers so that, it's wheelchair accessible, or if, depending on what their injury is. And he makes their house accessible to them so that they don't have the problems getting around their own home. There's plenty of problems in life. You don't need to have them in your house.
Right.
And so they rebuild the house for them. And so I'm going to do this charity cruise myself, my band, bringing on another band, Bill Archer and Haywire. They're from down there in Texas. And then another buddy of mine, Rob West. He's from Arizona, and he's a professional golfer, but he's a great singer-songwriter. And then another young gal named, I believe, Callie is coming. And it's just going to be a cool Southern Rock Fest on a boat for 4 days down to the Bahamas and back. And while we're in the Bahamas, we're going to go over to a little orphanage and hand out some gifts to the orphans there. And,
awesome.
So always hustling my music. I'm working on my next album right now. I've been writing and gathering songs. And hopefully in the next month or two, I'll get in and start recording. And then just, trying to find bookings to get my band out on the road.
Well, that sounds like a plan. We've got a couple of songs we're going to play here after a while at the breaks. We got a couple of songs we're going to play and videos and things. So I guess with that we're going to appreciate the time you spent with us, visiting with us, and we'll have you on again shortly. If anybody's wanting to find out anything, what is the website they need to go to?
They can go to HollywoodYates.com, or if they're on Facebook, they can go to Facebook.com/Hollywood Yates Music. and I try to post on there every day. I have a couple people helping me out as well, so you'll know it's me when I'm posting because I'll sign it Hollywood, and if it's one of my people that are trying to help me get my fan base building bigger, they post a lot of stuff as well.
Okay.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Hollywood Yates and Instagram at Hollywood Yates.
All right, we'll do that.
Absolutely. Follow all of them.
Yes, we will get it out there, and like I said, we appreciate it, and we'll catch you again down the road.